From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. Toronto and parts of eastern Canada are enduring a major winter storm, with up to 50 centimeters of snow now forecast for today, according to Environment Canada. An orange winter storm alert is in effect, warning of reduced visibility and wind gusts of up to 50 kilometers per hour, while extreme cold from a polar vortex continues across much of the country. Now, the storm has caused some major travel disruptions, with more than 60% of flights at Toronto Pearson International Airport cancelled over the weekend. City officials are urging residents to stay home and avoid any non-essential travel. Parliament is set to open Monday after being off for a 6-week winter break. Government House Leader Stephen McKinnon hopes a lot of legislation gets passed. The Liberals moved a relatively small amount of legislation this past fall, and the Tories argue the House has been sitting at a historically low frequency. McKinnon would not say which bills are taking on a priority this spring. Prime Minister Carney is expected to spend much of this year continuing his globe-hopping quest to expand trade.
The Prime Minister's office seldom confirms trips months in advance, and summit plans can change, especially given the current geopolitical turmoil. But Carney is likely to visit New Delhi next month. India's High Commissioner to Canada told the Canadian Press last October Carney had been invited to attend a major artificial intelligence summit. Brazil's president said earlier this month that Carney had accepted an invitation to come to his country in April to talk trade. Other trips later this year include a G7 summit in France, a NATO meeting in Turkey, and the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Jason White, The Canadian Press.
Australian officials say a pack of dingoes found circling the body of a 19-year-old Canadian on K'gari will be culled after being deemed a public safety risk. The family of Piper James said the BC woman went for an early morning swim, and police later found her body surrounded by the animals. Authorities said initial autopsy findings suggest dingo bites were not the immediate cause of death, though rangers have since observed aggressive behavior from the pack. The Queensland government has closed nearby camping areas, increased patrols, and is awaiting final pathology results to determine the cause of death. And in entertainment, a massive winter storm forced hundreds of theaters to close, making it Hollywood's quietest box office weekend of the year.
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court, a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
The Amazon MGM thriller Mercy led with $11.2 million, ending Avatar Fire and Ash's month-long hold on the top spot. Avatar slipped to second with $7 million domestically, but continued to perform strongly overseas. Now, most new releases struggled, while Oscar-nominated films also saw modest boosts, highlighting the continued decline of the traditional Oscar bump. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Brock Nelson scored 2 goals 72 seconds apart early in the first period before sealing his 5th career hat-trick into the empty net as the Colorado Avalanche cruised to a 4-1 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jack Drury scored the other for Colorado, which became just the 4th team in NHL history with 6 or fewer regulation losses through 50 games. Max Domi scored late on the power play for Toronto. A game between the Denver Nuggets and Memphis Grizzlies has been postponed because of a massive winter storm that's moving across much of the U.S. NBA officials announced less than 3 hours before tip-off that the game would be rescheduled because of conditions in the Memphis area, where a mixture of snow, sleet, and freezing rain began falling early yesterday morning and continued today. And Washington running backs coach Anthony Lynn interviewed with the Cleveland Browns on Saturday night, becoming the 10th candidate for the head coaching vacancy. It was the second interview of the day for Lynn, who also talked with the Buffalo Bills about their opening. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.